Hello, friends. How are you today? Okay, I am looking a little rough. I still have not showered for my workout, so no judging, I promise. I do clean up at some point. It's just been the craziest morning already and just kind of working through it. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about this right now before we get started on my stuff. And we had one person hop on today, which was super exciting. I know with juggling remote learning or going back to work or any of those kinds of things, this is hard to get on. I think we're going to try it for another couple months. And if it doesn't work, we're going to try something else because I just really want the call to be community focused and be something that is very helpful for you guys. I don't want you to have one more thing to do or to worry about or to think about watching, but I want to provide value to you, things that I think are going to be super helpful. And this is something that's just on my heart this morning because I have to come at and just come to share this with you. So over the week, okay, so let me kind of back up. My kids have been begging and begging and begging for me to get them a trampoline for literally years. And ever since my kids were like babies, my doctor had two rules. The first rule was helmets. Always wear bike helmets, whether you're biking, on your scooter, on whatever you're doing, like motorized or non-motorized, that type of stuff, always wear a helmet. The second rule is never get a trampoline, never get a trampoline. And so when the kids were little, we just always took that as the Bible, right? Like never get a trampoline, that's the way it is. When COVID hit, we were looking at ways to help keep the kids entertained. And the kids were like, oh, we need a trampoline, we need a trampoline. And we kept saying, no, no, no. And then finally I was kind of like, well, my cousin, her family got a trampoline, but they got like one of those super safe ones, like the net, like it was, anyway, it was super expensive when I looked into it. And when I told it to Jeff, Jeff's like, no, I'm not spending $1,200 on a trampoline. And I said, rightfully so. I get that. I was just thinking out loud, if we were to do it, this would maybe be the one we were to go with. And I left it be. And that was actually in May. I think I was trying to talk to him into it. And he said, no, no, no. And I said, okay, well, since this is kind of probably my fault, since I said or started to weigh in on the yes, the kids started to come on me more and more and more. So finally, maybe a week ago, I was tired of them asking me. I'm like, you know what, just ask dad, because I was certain he would say no. And he came back and he said yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did we do? So against my better judgment, because he's like, well, you told him yes. And I'm like, I did. I just thought you would just keep saying no. So against our better judgment, he found one at Dick's, very decent price, very good reviews. And they bought it last Friday and they put it together. And Jeff said, even no matter what, that alone was worth the time with the kids. Like they took the time together, they helped him put it together. They were outside for probably like 3 or 4 hours and they just had a blast. And then that night the kids jumped on the trampoline and they like loved every minute of it. Friday, Saturday, Maddie learned how to do a back handspring on the trampoline. No big deal, right? Because it's enclosed, she was safe, like she was doing a great job. And somehow got enough nerve to start doing it outside on this like old memory foam thing we have, and was doing like a round off back handspring and was getting actually really good at it. And my nieces came in town this weekend, and my one niece is a gymnast, and she kind of kept telling Maddie she was doing one thing wrong with her head or whatever, but was doing really well. On Sunday, we had grandparents over, and Maddie wanted to show my mom how she was able to do it. And she was practicing on the grass a couple times, and I guess decided one time to not do the round off and just did the back handspring, and her knee came down on her fingers and she broke 2 fingers. In retrospect, like when I go back in my thinking, it was like, why did I say yes to the trampoline? Because if she wouldn't have gotten the trampoline, she wouldn't have learned how to do the back handspring. And if she wouldn't have learned to do the back handspring on the trampoline, she wouldn't have been felt comfortable enough to do it on the grass or brave enough. And if she wouldn't have done it on the grass, she would have never broken her fingers. Hindsight's 50-50, right? I knew better. However, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. So the point of my conversation this morning is then she had a breakdown. She had a complete breakdown. I can't do this. This is too hard. I don't want to go to school. I mean, bawling, sobbing. And it was like, okay, I looked at her. I gave her 2 of our CBD gummies. I gave her some ibuprofen to help with the pain because she said it was stinging a bit. And I'm like, you've got to pull it together. Like, you can vent here and you can be frustrated. I understand, but this is the way it is. And you've got to move forward. Like, you can't go backwards. There's nothing we can do. You've got to learn to deal with that. And you've got to be positive about it. How am I going to get through this? There are people that deal with way worse situations. You know, they break arms, they break legs. People can't walk at some point. People get in terrible car accidents. Like, this in the grand scheme of things is going to be okay. It's 4 to 6 weeks of inconvenience. Is it inconvenient? Heck yeah. And it's going to be super inconvenient in the first week or 2 until you learn how to work with it and the swelling goes down and you feel like you can do more things. But in the meantime, you got to go with it, sister. Like, that's the way it is. So I gave her a little tough love this morning. I'm like, you can do this. You can do this. And you have to think positive. Our minds are so powerful that you can tell it one thing and it listens to you. Even if it's not 100% true, or even if you're not quite sure, if you believe that it is true, it will happen. So I'm trying to tell that to her, and she calms down. She takes her CBD, she takes her ibuprofen, she goes out the door. Okay, she leaves. Now I had some problems getting on Bob this morning. Now I am like 25 minutes behind on my workout. So I go downstairs, I finish my workout when I should be showering to take my son to school. I get on a leader call this morning. I'm listening to that. I get him to school. Everything's great. I was the leader call went a little bit longer. So my little bit of time that I have with him before school to just make sure he's ready to go and things like that, it didn't turn out the way I wanted. So I kind of just turned it down a little bit and talked to him for a few minutes, got him off to school. Told him to pick him up from cross country, kissed him on the cheek and said goodbye. I'm on my way home and my anxiety, I can start to feel it. It's rising because we planned a trip away this weekend for Labor Day with my family. It's turning into be a little bit of a craziness, which most people, like, you pull 12 people together. It's, that's just par for the course. And we didn't realize or never even thought about it. Ty would have a football game this weekend. I thought Labor Day, for sure, there won't be anything. I think we probably have one because of COVID. They're trying to get in as many games as they possibly can. They found a team. We're going to be able to play it. Ty's been a backup. You guys, this is crazy. Ty's been a backup quarterback this year. Never, he was brand new last year. So Jeff told me this morning, and I didn't get a chance to process it until I was finally on my way home. He's going to lose snaps this weekend. They're going to have to teach someone else how to do backup quarterback because we're not going to be there this weekend. They've got to have somebody else ready to go. So he's going to probably lose quarterback practice all week. He's not going to be able to do that. They're going to put him somewhere else because he won't be there this weekend. Which really kind of just hit me like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't even think about that. And of course, I never knew he would be quarterback. I got to be honest with you. But then my anxiety, because now I have to tell him that, and he's going to be upset. He's going to be worried he's going to lose a spot, which I don't think will happen. But these are all the things that I'm getting anxious about because, Maddie was just so upset, and I hate seeing them like that. I needed to calm her down this morning. And then Ty, is this, and I'm thinking I got to call the orthopedic this morning, and I've got all this stuff going on, and I can just feel it. It's just rising and rising and rising. Here's my point. We have to take things as they come. Not every day is going to be perfect. Not every day is going to be the way we want it to be. Not every day is going to go in the direction we want it to go or be planned the way we want it to be planned. Things are going to happen. Shiz is going to happen. You're going to spill your coffee. You're going to be late. You're going to oversleep sometimes. Things are going to happen. And it's how do we handle those things and how do we move forward with that? That's going to be the difference that you can make. That's going to be what is going to put you different and ahead and above other people. That is going to be what makes a difference for you and for your day. You have to see and understand, when are you getting those feelings, what is causing those, and what kinds of things can you do to help calm you down during that time. Okay. So things that I've tried, I listened to some podcasts this morning, some ones that were about anxiousness and anxiety and belief and confidence and peace. I promise you, I will meditate today. I will probably get my morning started, and right around lunchtime, I'll probably get some meditation in. It doesn't have to be fancy, you guys. P.S. There is now meditation on BOD. I haven't tried them, but my thought is to try them. And I'm going to try them this week. And I'm going to actually try it today. The Calm app is another great one. You can actually find meditations on YouTube. Meditation isn't like old-fashioned, like it's not like that. It could just be like listening to someone talking to you and calming things down in your mind and breathing, like taking a deep breath in, holding it for 4 seconds and breathing out, and doing that 6 times and seeing if each time you do it, you can get more of your breath out so that you can close that diaphragm up and fill it back up. Meditation could be literally 2 minutes of just trying to calm the mind in silence. Like listen to some basic music or nature sounds and calming. It could be that you need to dig into your Bible. It could be that you need to dig into something else that you know is going to bring you peace. It could be listening to some music that's going to pump you up. And when I say that, it can be lots of different ways, but think about the music and the words and the lyrics when you find things that you need to change your mind around. When the music and the lyrics of a song are like in poor taste, are negative, that kind of thing sits in your head. So find songs that are upbeat, that are positive. I have a playlist. If you go on my Instagram, under my link, under my bio, there's a link in there. Click on the link, and then there's my Pump Up Jams playlist. A lot of it's workout, but some of the songs are really good for confidence. And so I'll pump those up to get my good vibes going. I got my workout in today. I was probably going to forego walking my dog midday because I walked him this morning, but my mom was like, do you want to go on a walk? And I was like, yes, I do. Because that outside fresh air, vitamin D at 11 o'clock is going to be a great way for me to get my mind off things and absorb some sun, get some fresh air, and talk with her and just kind of let out some of that. You know, I can vent to her a little bit. She's my person, and we can kind of go on from there. These days are going to happen. It's a matter of how you look at your outlook. You don't want to say, oh, I spilled my coffee, it's going to be a bad day, or happy Monday. Hell no. You make your Monday what you want it to be. You have control of your day. You have control of your mind. It's a matter of having the tools in place to help you get through that. Rachel Hollis always says, new day, or new you, new day. No. I said that wrong. Although you could say that. New you, new mood. New you, new mood. And like that kind of stuff, those vibrations, those good things that you do get you in that. Spilling your coffee doesn't mean your Monday is going to suck. Spilling your coffee means you accidentally hit your coffee and you spilled it. So you just got to clean it up and move forward. Okay, so think of those things in a different aspect. Look at it differently than maybe you might have before, and that's going to make a huge difference. Okay, so I share this story with you because, yeah, I've had some crappy things that have happened, and it has hit me. And you might be thinking, well, they're not that bad, Lauren. And that's true, they're not. In the grand scheme of things, they are not that bad. They just hit me this morning. And I had to figure out how to move past that. And so what I wanted to share with you this morning is, how do you handle Monday morning blues? How do you handle the spilled coffee? Or maybe you knocked over your mirror this morning when you're doing your makeup, or maybe you're running late, or you overslept your alarm clock, or you didn't get your workout in like you wanted to, or the kids needed something, or they wake up sick, or whatever it is. New mood, new you. That's the way it goes. Okay? New mood, new you. Write down today 2, 3, 4 things that are going to make a difference to change your vibration in who you are and what you've got going on, because that makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Okay? You have the ability to change it. Nobody else. You do. And you have to control what you can control, and that is your mood. That is your attitude. That is your energy. We don't have energy. We create the energy. Brendon Burchard said that in his book, High Performing Habits, and it's just been something that has stuck in my mind. You don't have the energy, you create it. So whether you change your mood, you change your attitude, you change your energy, or you create it by doing those things that are going to do that. Okay? I hope that helps. I hope I can share that little bit with you, and I hope that that resonates with you in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Okay, new month, September is around the corner, you guys. I don't even know what happened to August. 2020 is flying by, although parts of me are very happy because this year has been pretty crappy. Let's just be honest. Again, we make what we can of it, right? So I have added some things into our group this year that I'm hoping is helpful. This is our September group, Lose Weight Like Crazy. This is Autumn Calabrese. Autumn Calabrese does do Ultimate Portion Fix, and she follows that. But from what I'm understanding, this is going to be a great book just to understand and read through just some great information and stuff to help you with that. So it is a big book. The chapters are all the way through chapter 7, and then it's chocked with a ton of recipes and a ton of workouts. So what I like to do is September has, I'm sorry, I meant to look at this before I got on this morning, but you know how my morning went. 1, 2, 3, 4 Mondays. I wanted to make sure we had just 4 Mondays. So we're going to break this up. So we're going to do 2 chapters for the 7th. 3 and 4 for for the 14th. We'll do 6 and 7 for the 21st, and then we can talk a little bit about workouts and things like that in the last month. But if you look at it, it's not like very condensed. It's pretty wide. You can get it on Amazon, and people that I'm hearing it's phenomenal. So that's going to be our book for the month. Okay. So I'll be reading that for next week. So chapters 1 and 2 for next week, and then we'll kind of go over it that way. Okay. Okay. I've taken up a lot of time. I'm looking at the time here. My watch is going off. Okay. I'm going to take about 10 more minutes, and then I'll let you go on with your day. Okay. So the topic we were going to talk about today was 5 tips to getting up and getting started in the AM. How appropriate, right? Okay, so I feel like morning routine is so critical, and I think people underestimate the importance of getting your Monday set up in the right fashion. And I want to talk a little bit in the next 4 weeks about different aspects of prepping for a morning routine that I think is killer. And my morning routine may not look the same as your morning routine. And I think that that's very important, very, very important to understand that. If you're looking for a couple books to help you understand how to get a good morning routine in, there's 2 books I'm going to share with you. The first one is The Morning Miracle by Hal Elrod. It's H-A-L. His last name is Elrod, E-L-O-D. No, E-L-R-O-D, Hal Elrod. He's got a number of different morning miracles for blah, blah, blah. Just get the original Morning Miracle, and the book is phenomenal. And you can actually get it on Audible too. I think he's got a lot of pieces of it, snippets on YouTube. So, excuse me, even if you just watch his YouTube video, that is super solid. The second book is The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. She refers to Hal's book, but she talks about how she created it and how the 5-second rule helped her in that process. and the importance of a morning miracle routine or a morning routine. So that is very important to get that. So I kind of call it my morning happy hour, but you can call it your magical morning. You can call it whatever you want, okay? But it's so important to have some sort of morning routine. So these are just a few things that I want to share with you that have helped me, and I want to walk them through. And I'm going to talk about lots of these pieces and some of the things I do and some of the items that you can use and how to get it going so that you can, in the month of September, really work on creating and developing your own morning routine. And I would love, love, love to hear at the end of the month how, and really during the month, how's it going? How are things progressing? You know, things like that. What does your morning look like at the end of the month? Okay. And for the record, depending on what season you're at in your life, you may have to change it up a bit. You might find like this is working really well, and then one day it's not. And you've got to think about what isn't working and what can I do to make it work, okay? So tip number one, we're going to do 5 tips today. Tip number one is set your clothes out at night. So I find or have found that one of my biggest frustrations is trying to find what I feel like looks good together in the morning or what fits well or anything like that. Because let's face it, as women, during different times of the month, things might be a little bit more snug than others, right? When your visitor comes, you're feeling a little bloated. Maybe you partied a little bit in the weekend and had some fun treats and drinks for a birthday or a celebration, or you just felt like you were on vacation or you just needed it. And you're a little, there are some pants that I love when I am feeling really solid and strong. There are some pants that are kind of like, give a little bit more. I'm going to wear them at this time. Lay your clothes out at night. Shirt, sports bra, pants or shorts, socks, and put your socks in your shoes and put them all right there. And put them in a place that you can get them very easily in the morning. So my closet is in my bathroom. I put them all in my closet so they're ready to go. And that way I don't have to go search for socks. It's all right there. Even my sports bra is laying out there and I know exactly what I need. I know what the weather's going to be like the next day. So like this morning I had my sweatshirt ready to go right by it. So I knew that once I got dressed and brushed my teeth and put all my stuff together and on, and I could take Cooper for a walk and we were like ready to go, right? Because I had my sweatshirt, we were ready to go. Okay, so that's your first thing. Put your clothes out at night. That's going to be super helpful. Number 2, put an alarm clock in your bathroom or somewhere away from your bed, away where you have to physically get out of bed to go turn it off. Okay? Here's the reason. Are you a snoozer? I'm asking you because I was a snoozer. If you are a snoozer, girlfriend, I feel you. I must have hit the snooze. My mom, in fact, one time, I used to hit the snooze so much. One time I was traveling with my mom and my mom was like, I think like day 2. She was like, Lord, your snooze is going off for like an hour. And that's an hour that I could be getting of sleep, solid sleep. And I remember thinking, that's just what I do. Like, are you telling me like, I just can't get out of bed? Like it goes off once, like I just can't do it. I can't, if it's right next to my bed, I automatically go and hit snooze without even thinking about it. And I go back to sleep. Like doesn't even faze me. I don't even wake up enough to do that. But if my alarm's in my bathroom, I'm worried about waking up my kids. I'm worried about waking up my husband. I'm worried about waking up the dog. So I hop out of bed and I go and turn it off. Now, I'd be lying if I told you that I don't think about resetting it even and going back down to sleep and think 30 more minutes. I could probably do 30 more minutes. That's a story for another day. But put your alarm somewhere where it forces you to get up out of bed. And I like it in the bathroom because I can go to the bathroom. I'm up. It's enough time for me to get up and my body to recognize like, you got to pee. I pee still in the dark. I go and I, typically what I do to turn off my alarm is I'll hit snooze just to get it off right away. Go to the bathroom, pee, get up, wash my hands. And then after I wash my hands, I turn it to cold. I flip my alarm off on my alarm clock and my water's cold enough that I spray it on my face. And that's like enough of a cold water immersion for me that I'm like, okay, get up. May not want to, may not like it, but I'm up. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I need some coffee this morning. Put your phone, tip number 3, put your phone away from your bed. And that goes with your alarm clock, because if it's typically by your bed, you can easily hit snooze. The other thing about your phone is that if you put it by your bed, when you go to sleep, chances are something is going to call you to go to your phone. Oh, I should probably check Instagram. Oh, I should probably check Facebook. Ooh, well, let me just go through my emails really quickly to make sure I'm good to go. And then an ad pops up, and then you're like, oh, let me check this out. And now you're scrolling and mindlessly on your phone when you need to be getting your body ready to shut down to go to sleep. Or if you're like my husband, you check it first thing in the morning and he checks his emails and he goes to social media and he does all that. And so I guarantee you, my husband spends 15 to 20 minutes in bed doing all that. Well, 1, I would have just slept another 20 minutes if that was me. 2, you have enough time in your day to devote to other people. Your morning time is to focus on you. So don't go off of anyone else's agenda but yours. Social media, their agenda. They're posting their information. Your email, they need you for this, they need you for this. Not on your agenda, that's theirs. They should have emailed you, maybe they worked yesterday and you didn't. And so you are still not on the clock. You still are focusing on you. So when you get up, don't have your phone by your bed. I try to plug mine in my bathroom. All of my family still feels necessary for it to be by their bed, and they all still get stuck in that trap. And I tell them and I talk to them and I explain it to them, and they just don't want to seem to move it. That's fine. Now, I will say both of my kids have since asked for their own alarm clock. They still hit snooze, but it's a work in progress, right? It's a work in progress. So don't put your phone by your bed. Tip number 4, I put my phone in my bathroom. So when I'm done brushing my teeth, because I listen to my affirmations, so I brush my teeth in the morning and at night, I turn my phone to silent and I actually put it on airplane mode, because with my business, with emails, with whatever, you still get notifications. So even if your phone just kind of vibrates, you still may wake up to that noise depending on how deep of a sleeper you are. So I like to put in airplane mode, because then I know that it's not going to buzz or ring or do anything that's going to affect me. And then when I get up in the morning, I'm not tempted to go. I have to physically go and take it off airplane mode. And I'm not tempted to do that when I need to focus on me, right? Okay. And then tip number 5, I actually share this with you, cold water. So if the cold water didn't work when you washed your hands and then you put the cold water on your face, sometimes a cold water immersion works. I know there's benefits to cold water immersion. However, I'm not quite there yet. I will turn my shower into cold at the end of my shower, although I will tell you I still don't like it. I don't always do it, but cold water helps your body with your adrenal glands and all kinds of stuff, but it also helps wake you up and get you moving. So at that point, what I share with you is throw the shower on cold, even if you don't or not planning to get in the shower. Throwing your arm in that cold water shower is enough to be like, holy crap, I am up. Okay. So 5 tips: set your clothes out at night, alarm in the bathroom, put your phone away from your bed, put it on airplane mode, and cold water somewhere on your body to wake you up. Okay. Those are 5 beginning tips on how to get started, how to get up, how to get started for your morning miracle. Your morning happy hour actually starts the night before. You need to know that. You need to get to bed at a decent time. You need to make sure that you're getting the rest you need for your body to operate the next day at an optimal level. Okay? All right. I hope that is helpful. If you have any questions or anything, you know how to reach me. We're going to keep trying these for the next couple months. And if nobody hops on, you guys, we're going to try to do something else. I'm not quite sure what it is, but we will try something else. So Hope you listen to this. Let me know what you think of the recording if you get on the recording, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.